Hello y'all. This is the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Kaiserredux. It acts as an unofficial standalone expansion for the Kaiserreich mod. Kaiserreich itself is a mod set in a world where the Central Powers won World War I. On that note, forget nearly everything I just said, because in this video, we are going to enable the mod's Fallout mode and play as Kaiser's Reich. First things first, before we even get this show on the road, we're going to have to go to the custom game rules and set a Fallout from no issues to a grand failure. And it says here, this will make the APCC's multiversal machines malfunction, and that will create a temporal rift that will merge two universes together. We have started, and what I'm going to say now is that I'm just going to honestly overlook a lot of the stuff the German Empire would normally do in a standard playthrough, since this isn't going to be an ordinary playthrough overall, but we will start researching some stuff. Mechanical computing, we already have electronic mechanical engineering done, so let's research that. Basic machine tools, research construction 1, and let's research, say, support weapons 1. Good. Free civilian factories, we're going to get hit with the economic disaster, so it doesn't really matter too much what we do. Let's just build some stuff. And free military factories, free dockyards, put more stuff on weapon production, please. Dockyards, build a bunch of convoys and destroyers. Kaiser Wilhelm class dreadnoughts, please. I need like 80 of them. I don't think I'm going to make 80 of them, but we'll have them made anyway. And let me summon the entire German fleet. Merge everything together. Let's get these guys all around the world brought to Germany, where we'll create one giant def stack, and that is to aim for the Navy right now. As for the Army, they'll stay where they are, don't do anything with them. No national focus set. Let's not worry about any of that for now. Low manpower, all that fun stuff. Pause, we just gotta wait a few days. Constitution of the German Kaiserreich, not important to us too much. Just wait. Just give it some time. But then we gotta wait until the 17th of January before things go get a little wacky. We'll just say that. So we have a few weeks. We just gotta speed through. And there's the assassination of the Russian president, voting rights on the legation council. That's about the legation cities in China, I'm pretty sure. And we're just waiting now. It is the 10th of January. Just a few more days, and then we'll have Fallout in 1936, essentially. Free military factories, put them on planes, tactical bombers, fun stuff like that. The Riga Winter Olympics have occurred. Okay. Keep waiting. Just wait. One more day or 2 more days. I don't know. And there we go. The APCC Metaversal Manipulator malfunction. Breaking news. A malfunction in the American Preservation and Colonization Committee's experimental time-tampering technology has resulted in a catastrophic failure of the primary time circuits, as well as the flux capacitor and the various chrono triggers. This dangerous and reality-warping calamity has caused 2 previous separate universes within the wider multiverse to slam together, fusing into a weird centaur-like mix of the 2 realities. With the fallout of such an event being as deadly as it is reality-changing, few are prepared for the strange world that now lies before us. Quickly, we must get our bearings in this outlandish and seemingly irradiated wasteland. Did we just set the world on fire? Perhaps we did. And the Fallout leaders are coming now. They are going to arrive in force around the world quite soon. And a totalist charter, don't worry about that. Just wait a few days for an event to get Kaiser in power over the German Empire. I'll explain who he is in a little bit. And here we are. So get rid of this deadlock in America stuff. Just dismiss that. Edward is crowned as King of Great Britain. Forget that. So, okay, let me read this. Kaiser meets the Kaiser. Shocking news has flooded into the rest of Germany as streams of refugees flee from Berlin after a shocking collapse of communication from the capital. The previous night had been uneventful up until sudden thunderstorms and shakes in the ground, disturbed by the fact that the sky had turned an ugly purple during the storms, and that earthquakes were not normal in central Germany. The Kaiser's government attempted to call for a state of emergency. However, They found that the telephone lines and radio were filled with static. Thus, this was the last time anybody heard of what was going on in Berlin officially, as the morning would be filled with chaos. Dresden and other cities near Berlin were swamped by crowds of citizens fleeing from an apparent shock attack on Berlin, where the city center was suddenly swarmed with men dressed as old legionnaires of the Roman Empire, and with pistol and sword they stormed the government quarters. The towns surrounding Berlin were equally struck in a rapid manner, thus preventing troops from perhaps saving the Kaiser as they themselves were suddenly attacked. And in towns such as Potsdam, their continued resistance resulted in the town being razed, so there was a town that got burnt down in all the fighting. Thus, where the rest of Germany might have continued resistance, the rule of fear struck down many, as while refugees consumed city efforts to prepare, messengers of this apparent, quote, Legion of Kaiser, unquote, gave governors and princes of the remaining German territories ultimatums: bow to Kaiser and have your cities razed, and so many of brave men's efforts to organize a resistance were given up as scared citizens mutinied against continued efforts, and those troops that didn't march against Kaiser were swarmed by his legionnaires. Now Germany is all but fallen to Kaiser, as fear prevents organization, and his legions have now marched into the entire nation and are crucifying dissidents, raising imperial offices, and pulling forth the banner of the bull Infini Vidi Vici, and now Kaiser will become the leader of the country. This basically says in Latin, I came, I saw, I conquered. Julius Caesar said that after some war in Anatolia, I believe ages and ages ago. And here we are, we're now the Kaiser's Reich. We're led by Kaiser, who is a neo-feudalist in terms of sub-ideology. He's a paternal autocrat in, well, his main ideology. And Kaiser in Fallout is a prominent figure. Wait. Huh. Interesting. The sub... whatever. Anyway. Kaiser in Fallout is a prominent figure who makes his first appearance in the game. Fallout New Vegas. He leads a faction called Kaiser's Legion. To keep it brief on who they are very militaristic, very expansionist, and very big into slavery. They also control a large amount of territory in the former USA. And now we have the entire army here. Well, our military, we have some new commanders. All the old German commanders are gone. They've been replaced by, say, Lucius, Carlo Lepidus, Theodosius Sisinus, and Legate Lanius. So he's a field marshal. We have 3 generals, so let's divide up the troops in Germany. Get that done now. And we have a new focus tree, I believe. Yes, we do. It's not a big one, but it is one nonetheless. It gives us a bunch of war goals. But let's do the focus a Nova Mundi. Mundi, not Monday. Whatever. A time rift has forced us from Freestaff, away from our realm and into a new one, unknown and hostile to us. However, Mars himself seems to watch over us as he kept our legions intact, and now we have the foothold needed for Kaiser to conquer these lands. And from this focus, we'll get the national spirit Nova Mundi, which will grant us higher daily political power gain and higher division attack. And this focus will take 21 days to complete. But let's go back to dividing up the troops, get that done now. So that's one army established. I want to at least have at least, say, 3 armies, ultimately. Get all these troops here. They'll be their own army, that's too many. Break them up a little bit, that's too many indeed. So now Army Group 1, led by Legate Lanius. He's going to lead the troops. Done. Give more divisions, more troops. Give some less troops, possibly. And I need to establish a new army, don't I? Possibly. Oh, wait, I forgot about these divisions. Give them to Army 1. Good. We have troops here. Cavalry, that is... my goodness gracious, there's so many infantry. So many units overall. Let's just establish a 4th army. We'll do that for now. And then we have all these other divisions. 7th, yeah, let's do this. So we'll have another 4th army that will just kind of exist until we can get a commander for them. So Carlo Lepidus, oh good, he can lead 30 divisions. So there we are there. Give this guy like 6 divisions. Make the, I don't know what to do with these guys. Put them somewhere. Have no commanders for them. Whatever, let's put all of our units now on the border with Russia. Well, Russia is now the NCR, the bear and the bull. It's the east versus the west, or west versus the east. And so they're led by Aaron Kimball. They have like a Russian, a new California Republic flag mixed with the Russian flag, judging by their colors. And now we have our military set up here to get into the borders. Some other countries that have popped up due to the malfunction of the APCC multiversal machine. The temporal rift has also caused the existence of the Republic of Dave. In Mexico, there's the Ejército Libertador del Sur, the Army of Liberation, I guess. And Brazil is Brazil. Who else is different? I don't think anyone else is different in South America. Let me go over here. We have in the Congo, we have the Twin Mothers. We also got New Necropolis, led by Jeff. And they're in the Entente still. The New Necropolis replacing the Australasian Confederation is. And who's this here? We have the Xi. Yeah, they're led by the Xi Emperor, who has replaced the relegation cities, I believe. Is that right? I think so. But yeah, there's the Xi Emperor. And who else? Anyone else? Is that it? That could be it, possibly. But at least we have Kaiser's Reich here. And we're going to go watch the border with the NCR, because they are our big enemy. Here's some payment of the Brest-Litovsk reparations. Forget about that. And just focus on getting this thing done here in Novo Mundi. And we still have the Reichspakt faction the German Empire had, so hopefully that will stick together. We'll stay together just fine. Unfulfilled import request. What? I need so much chromium from where? German Empire, hand me some, please. Thank you. And we're just watching. Afghanistan's going to fight Delhi. Just watching NCR. The Fourth Anglo-Afghan Wars happen. Black Monday, all that fun stuff. Well, that's bad for Germany and bad for the Kaiser's Reich, because he's effectively replaced Germany. Communard France shows its true face. Run on the banks. Let's guarantee. What is this about? Creation of the Second Texan Republic. I guess America is getting divided, what the USA is. Guarantee the holdings of private individuals. Communard France shows its true face. They might be prepared. They might attack us soon. I don't know what they'll do. Yeah, so now the USA is split between the Republic of Dave, which is still around the Minutemen, led by Preston Garvey from Fallout 4. The People's Liberation Army, led by Chairman Chang. The Swamp Folk Confederacy, and the Swamp Folk, I think, appeared in Point Lookout, a DLC for Fallout 3. They're led by Bubba E. Lee. Then in Texas, well, Texas is just Texas, and over in the Pacific States of America, nothing seems different there. Oh, in Mexico, there's now Tlalcon Khan. It's an AI from the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Old World Blues, and some trade we had was just terminated, unfortunately. Very sad. Let's get an operative here. There we go. Get that guy, and let's go ahead and make a offensive line for Russia. Black Week comes to an end. That's over with. So let's form this up here. Approve the new Stulthater, whatever that is. Yes, approve that. Kaiser has no idea what those things are. Now in the focus tree, let's complete the focus. Polish monopolies crash. Crack down on degeneracy. That's the focus we will do. And it says here we have this Germanic Empire, even though it had no right to call itself one. For it had lost the favor of the gods and were reduced to debauchery. Now it is time to put the fear of Kaiser into them and crucify the degenerates who would do us no good. And this will replace the national spirit Novo Mundi with Kaiserism for a new old world, and that will give us more political power gain, more division attack, and more division organization. So that's more buffs for the military there. So let's now unpause once more. Heydrich's interruption, that's relating to Middle Africa, I think. And let's recruit some more divisions of infantry, perhaps. Yes, I don't know what the templates are, just get standard infantry. They're 18th width, it's just, they have nothing but infantry battalions. There's not even a single support company in that unit at all. We'll get them set up nonetheless. And Icelandic independence, Marshal Wu Pei-fu, Bax-en-Ching, or something like that. And what is the NCR doing, I wonder? They do have their own Wu Pei-fu turns on us, oh well. Not really paying much attention to those affairs. We're just worried about the NCR. Bear in the bull. Bear in the bull. That's all I can say. And Cuban asked for a bailout. Help them a bit. Sure, why not? And yeah, the NCR will eventually attack us, I imagine, but we just gotta wait and see what happens. Minutemen, there's the Second American Civil War. The Minutemen are now fighting all their neighbors. The Emir in Afghanistan requests arms. Yes, sure, help them, why not? And yeah, there's the Second American Civil War. You have the Minutemen fighting. You have the Republic of Dave And you have the People's Liberation Army, just a big mess there. And is the same person still leading Texas? I think they are. Yes, I guess so. No national focus set. Let's now complete spread the cult of Mars. The conquered chattel has yet to learn just who our Kaiser is. Let them be educated, for he is the son of Mars himself. He is the one who will bring glory to this new world and shall destroy the old Abrahamic beliefs that led this world astray. And what this will do is replace the Kaiserism for a new old world national spirit with Hellenic revolution. Well, Hellenic revivalism, not revolution. And this will give us more political power gain daily, higher division organization, higher division attack, and higher division recovery rate. And that will take 21 days. I'm pretty sure all the focuses we have for this focus tree take 21 days. And I would like some more divisions, please. What is going on with Poland? They are now, it's a rancher Commonwealth, is that right? Huh. Rancher Commonwealth, fascinating. And financial troubles in the colonies, save the colonies. Sure. Yes, only cover the most critical expenditure of the colonies or something like that. And who's winning the Second American Civil War right now? Oh look, I think oh my goodness gracious, agricultural crisis in Middle Europa. We must protect our own peasants. Or no, we shall not risk our... Great, we must protect our own peasants, I'm sorry. So now in the USA there is the American the American Unity led by the Master, who may or may not resemble Herbert Hoover, and then there is the Sacramento chapter, which is led by Paladin Arnold. And Paladin Arnold, he's basically now, I guess they're like the Brotherhood of Steel? I don't know. Well, this is the Fallout mode, so a lot of wacky stuff like that happens. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there is also Liberia, which sort of became New Vegas, but now Mr. House in this world, Mr. House is Mr. Tubman. Let's just say that. And the DKAEB approaches bankruptcy. We will help them. Somebody request visa. Sure, they can go do whatever. Keep it running. Bankruptcy is approaching. I'm not keeping too much of a track about everything. Romania nationalizes the oil fields. And now what? We're still in negative manpower. Spread the cult of Mars is done. Panama join the Entente. Let's complete Rise of the Legions. And what's with this other focus here? We can't do it yet. We have to complete Rise of the Legions first. So let's read this real quick. Just as we obtained and purified these barbarian legions into Kaiser's realm, we have made a discovery that the NCR has also survived to our east. Let us raise new legions of our followers and prepare to march east. Now we'll create a whole bunch of legionary units, and they should be very powerful, I think. So we'll see what they can do. I'm thinking whatever we'll get, we will have the Kenyatta Sulf affair, sure, intervene in Middle Africa affairs or something like that. I'm thinking whenever we get those new units, we'll split them up and we'll split them in half and send one half to Eastern Europe and keep one half on the French border in case they try anything. The Commune of France wants to do anything while we're attacking the NCR. And speaking of the Commune of France, they are sending help to the People's Liberation Army, who is totalist. I mean, they are the PLA, the People's Liberation, the Chinese People's Liberation Army. Even though, yeah, China as a communist China doesn't really exist in Kaiserredux timeline, but whatever. It's a multiversal, it's a universe merging issue or something like that. How's the Republic of Dave faring? They're going well, considering it's led by the Republic of Dave. They must be doing very well. I like the flag, by the way. And the Graveyard of Empire stirs. We shall support them, sure, or not. Get political power. I'm not going to help you, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Great Khanate join the Entente, and they are Mongolia with the Fallout mode on. That is, yeah, they're led by the Great Khans. The Great Khans are in Mongolia. And Rise of the Legions is done, so now we have a whole bunch of new divisions, 185. And like I've said before, let's split them. We'll make them a whole army, split them in half. 93 are going to be their own army. Send them over here to the border. Don't even give them a commander. That may be a mistake. Send them over here, though. Send the other group over to the front lines with the NCR. They'll help us advance. That should be a lot of firepower, I would think. And what I may do, let me take a few divisions and bring it up to at least 105 or something like that. At least get slightly over that for the army in Eastern Europe. They're all armored troops, so I imagine they'll be able to hold out against any kind of push the NCR, I mean the Commune of France and the Third International may throw at us. And now let's have these units all join this army, the main army group. Good. And what do they use for equipment? They need ocelots, a lot of ocelots, a lot of infantry equipment. I'll keep that in mind. Take some stuff off of bombers, make more tanks, please. Make ocelots. Tons and tons of tanks. So I guess Kaiser's Reich is very big into armored warfare, but in the focus tree, let's now complete Tame the East. It says here, getting reports of the land by locals, as well as Kaiser himself, cracking open, what am I saying? Getting reports, oh my goodness, food from Middle Africa. Getting reports of the land by locals, as well as from Kaiser himself, cracking open a book here and there. We can see the Germans had tributaries to the east. Let us demand they bow to Kaiser and his greatness. If they accept, we have gained fodder to send against Kimball's armies. If they refuse, we gain practice for our newly raised legions, and we'll send demands or ultimatums to White Ruthenia, the United Baltic Duchy, Latvia and Estonia, if they exist, Lithuania, and Ukraine. So basically they can choose to either get annexed, I believe, or we can invade them and do it by force. And we'll see what they choose to do. Calm in the Rhineland. Let's hope things stay that way. First International Congress, that is a thing that's happening. And let me set up an invasion order just in case the Commune of France wants to do anything. Keep a close eye on the syndicalists, please. Just watch them, be ready for anything. I'm a little worried that even though we have tons and tons of tank divisions, we're going to need to constantly replace the losses, which is going to be fun. And we obviously don't have the capacity to make tons and tons of tanks at a rapid rate. Like we have 180 some tank divisions, and we're making only one Ocelot tank a month, but we have only one factory on it. We could improve that down the line. And Costa Rica, request our assistance. Sure, the Kaiser will help them. Modify Officer Corps, Spirit of the Academy, Army Command Focus, forget that. Bold Attack. We need very offensive-minded commanders. Make this army be as aggressive as possible. Thank you. Be aggressive. And the Nanjing clique has got annexed, or somebody got annexed. I think Anqing got annexed. The new Russian Republic, join the Entente. Tame the East is done. Now let's complete Butcher the Bear. Yeah, Butcher the Bear. The bear is rising in the east and rapidly becoming a threat after it has spent its time getting situated in this new world. Now Kaiser calls forth his generals as he must carry forth with his original plan to gut the bear. And this will give us an annex war goal on the Russian Republic. And they did join the Entente faction, which probably will mean we'll end up fighting the French national state and the Imperial puppets refuse. Someone refuses. It says here, the former servants of the Kaiser have naively refused our ultimatum to bow before Kaiser, and thus have gone down the route to their fate. Their pride shall be their downfall, as they think that's causing conflict and the burning of their lands is worth the price of their people's resistance against mightier powers. So Kaiser, son of the war god Mars, lets slip his grip on the harness of his legionary war dogs and cried havoc. And that is, White Ruthenia refused, Communard France shows its true face or something again. We're going to have to invade them then. So get 106 divisions, ready them up, move into that part of the country. Or no, just get this started. Malta declares independence. Unfortunate. And the Imperial puppet accepts. And we now annex the United Baltic Duchy. And despite the fact White Ruthenia they sort of resisted us, they're still part of our faction though, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, never mind. They can just stay independent for now. I don't think I could even kick them out of the faction. So it is what it is. We're still going to send tons of troops to invade Russia though. I'm a little concerned about the Entente. We'll just have to deal with them when we have the time, or maybe just deal with them some other way. Possibly. I know the Third International is most likely. They're going to try something. Malta secures its independence. And what is going on over in the Americas? Well, the Imperial puppet accepts, and that is the Kingdom of Lithuania. And Canada, the Imperial Puppets refused, as Ukraine, so Lithuania accepted, the United Baltic Duchy accepted, White Ruthenia refused, as well as Ukraine. That's just how that's how that worked out. Any American unity has capitulated. No super mutants in the USA, I guess. Let's complete this focus, though, and get ready for war. I hope this goes well for us. I really do. We're just going to overwhelm them with everything we have. Where's our Air Force? Let's bring our Air Force around. We have so many planes, I imagine. I mean, the Germans, they have a massive... The Germans are the military power in this universe, so they should have plenty of planes to just send against the Russians in an all-out war. So bring these planes over here. Good. Have some focus on central Russia, and have another group focus on northern Russia. And that is the plan now. Unassigned divisions. Oh, these divisions from the Baltic region. Take them over to these other lines. New Monrovia declared war on the French national state. That could be useful for a distraction for us. Bring these units to the front line. And let's declare war on Kimball now. Aaron Kimball and his legion will call in all of our allies. Begin the war. Let's go. Get things started. Begin the orders. Advance. And we have begun. We have called in all of our allies. The enemy Russian boots march west to Germany. Should be more like Kaiser's boots march east to Russia. And it is just crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. I think Poland just ate one of our allies. We had Lithuania. You ate Lithuania. What'd you do? They ate White Ruthenia. That's what they did. They ate White Ruthenia. Oh well, at least we still have Ukraine on our side. That is unfortunate. And the Kingdom of Canada has called in the Oasis against us. Who is the Oasis? Oh, it's New England. They're led by Harold. What a lovely flag. Monrovia, please, New Monrovia, be the distraction we need here. And so many wars are happening. This is getting out of hand. It really is getting out of hand. I'm a little worried now. We've got to connect our front lines again, please. Get that done. Why did Poland just eat that country? Why do they have to do that? Keep advancing into Russia, though. Move in. Here's some new divisions. Give them to the... Give all these units to the... Well, actually, put some with Army 6. No, Army 5. There we go. Just keep advancing into Russia. They're overwhelmed. They don't have the troops. Malta leaves Middle Europa. They declared independence. Now they're doing that. They joined at Third International. Monarchy is restored in Greece. And research slot available. Let's instead do... Great Khanate's now going to fight someone. Okay. Canada is called into a war. Interwar artillery. Get that done. And I'm wondering if the International will attack us. They may not. They're calling in so many countries to fight us. It's annoying. Why do they have the Joint Entente? And the suffragist movement gathers strength? No. Just no. This is Kaiser's Reich. And he has very... How to say? He has a very interesting stance on, I guess, on the female gender. And now Manuel Carles assumes authority in Argentina. War stimulates the economy. Okay. So many war declarations. This is getting out of hand. And who are we fighting against besides Russia? Oh yeah, all of the Entente. What am I saying? Just keep moving in here. The Great Khanate is going to get beaten up by Far Eastern Republic of Transamere. The Transamere is helping us a little bit. Help companies. It must be done. Someone fell ill. Oh well. And Puerto Rico declares independence. Do we try to invade Canada or the French? It looks like New Monrovia will defeat the French national state. It seems like that will happen. Coup d'etat in Siam. That has occurred. Just get to Russia, please. Do I have to defeat them in a war in order to get the land? Does not exist. Okay, so Second Russo-Japanese War. That's going well for us. And now Mexico is fighting Panama. Bethesda Studio Inc. declared... Bethesda Development Studios Inc. declared war on the Minutemen. What the world? Public soup kitchens. Ottomans demand we calm down Ukraine. And what the world? What is this about? Oh. In this case, what is this about? The Crimean crisis. Demand Ukrainian submission. What? Okay, so Ukrainian forces refuse to withdraw from Crimea. In this case, we should have access to Sevastopol. Demand Ukrainian permission. Tighten our belts. No. We will not let our people starve. I need more base stability. And Bethesda Development Studios Inc. is led by Todd Howard. How shocking. And let's continue our advance into Russia. Canada calls the Great Khanate against us. They're already up against us anyway. It doesn't matter. And so Crimea has spun off from Ukraine. Cause of issues there. Followed the Kingdom of Finland. Finland leaves Middle Europa. I did not realize they were even part of it. White Sun over China. So many war declarations. It's absurd. And we're only at 33% world tension despite all the chaos. Keep advancing, please. Take Petrograd. Reach Moscow also. Overwhelmed them. We have so many soldiers here. Do we bring any more units over here? Possibly. Do that. Ethnic conflict in Sri Lanka. That's some territory we control. Get about, I say, 19 divisions will be brought over. Bail out for the banks. Yes. Yes, we'll help them at the cost of political power. But we're bringing some divisions over from the border we share with the Commonwealth of France, since they don't really seem to be doing anything. The Japanese want docking rights. Let's give it to them. Doctrines available. Go with battlefield support. Research slot available. Let's research concentrated industry 1. That is done. We're pushing so hard into Russia. I'm not going to enjoy invading France. Canada. Someone was wounded. How is New Monrovia doing? Oil treaty from the Mountain Republic. Let's take it. Actually, no. Sure, actually, whatever. And we're just pushing here as hard as we can. Sacramento chapter. And there's the Commonwealth of France. They declared war now. Good thing we left a handful of divisions in the back. And where is the Enclave at? Sacramento chapter is fighting the Enclave now. And where is the Enclave? They are... I have no clue where they are. They are... I'm looking around the world map. They are... No idea, actually. I'm a little confused. Other than Hawaii. I think they're Hawaii, yeah. So there's the Enclave, led by Dick Richardson. They're held out in Honolulu. A lot of chaos going on. Death of T.G. Masaryk, and now we got to hold out against the Commonwealth of France, who is trying to advance against us. It's not going too well. Good thing I left like 60 divisions on the border. They can't do nothing. They're just stuck there. They're just going to export operations. Greece seize Legionnaire assets. What do we do? Apply sanctions. And what's this about? Give us stability, and at the price of political power, I don't care. Stability's good. I need all the stability I can get. And we surrounded one division. They're going to get annihilated. And what is keeping Russia going? They got to lose Petrograd soon. They have to. They have so many divisions there, though. Second Weltkrieg is underway. The French are not making much progress. Do we start an attack? I could. Do I start? Well, I could attack them now. No, we just got to keep pushing here. Sacramento chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel declared war on Nicaragua. There's so many wars. So very many wars. And the Kingdom of Canada. Are they part of a faction? Security of the Reich. What's this about here? Let us do whatever. Just say disband, yeah. Creation of the International Avant-Garde, lose some political power. It's either that or I lose base stability. And the French aren't really giving it their all, or they're just not doing well at it. And what is the Rancher Commonwealth? Oh, great, now I'm fighting Poland. New plan. We gotta spin some units around, don't we? Yes, yes we do. This is awkward. So take a bunch of divisions here, say about 50 of them. And they all got to go to, well, actually, let's do this. Split them in half. 69 divisions. Make your own army. You're going to now go fight Poland until we can turn around and smash them to pieces. I should have expected them to attack us, but here we are. Get to this order, please. Just move away from the Russian front line. Sacramento Brotherhood chapter of Steel. Well, they're now at war with the Dominican Republic for some reason. Can we push into France? Yes, no, let's try, see what happens. At 60 divisions, Denmark is demanding something. They want to join the Reichspakt. Welcome. And we got to definitely go deal with Poland before they become a huge issue. Do we even have that many divisions for this? I don't know if we do or not. The Great Crusade, tons of manpower there. They're pushing so hard. Sacramento chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel now is fighting Panama. Can we advance in France? Try to, see what happens. What? The Mirelurk tribe. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Get these divisions over here, though. Get ready to go fight the Polish. Push when possible with 69 divisions into Poland. We gotta defeat them before they reach Berlin or something like that. There's so much chaos. I gotta send troops around. We're pushing more into Russia. They will not fall fast enough. Push into France. And the Mirelurk tribe is... Who is that? That's Haiti. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Well, yeah. The Malulu leads the Mirelurk tribe in Haiti. And now we're pushing against the Polish. They're being very frustrating to deal with, though. May need some more soldiers on the front. Crimea secures independence. And what do I do there? Royalist Siam's now fighting Parliamentarian Siam. Why are they like this? Come on. Let me get more troops brought over from the front line. That is frustrating. Bring these troops over, like say about 20 divisions, or just this whole group here. I had to really bring units back from Russia to go focus on Poland, don't I? So here we have like 14 new divisions. Their only job is to go hold this front line here, get on the order, just get on the order, the offensive line, and a letter from the King of Sweden, instruct our ambassador to thank them for this, or something like that. I'm not even reading half of these events, well, the majority of these events actually. Keep focusing on advancing to Poland as these units of the, what is this, the 7th Army moves back. How is the, what is it? Are we pushing in France? Are we going anywhere? Have we taken any provinces? I don't think we have. We're trying to. Maybe a mistake to do this. So just pause for now, cancel those plans, get rid of this offensive line for now. We'll have to just turn back around and deal with them. I need more tanks. I need so many more tanks. Keep pushing. Iceland leads Middle Europa, whatever. We're now putting a lot more pressure on Poland, who has some troops encircled. They're fighting tons of armored divisions. Be hyper-aggressive here, please. Just overwhelm them wherever we can and get that front dealt with. Meanwhile, in Russia, we're constantly gaining ground, but they have huge numbers of troops. The NCR is not weak. They're just holding down Petrograd so hard right now. And now the French are going on a counter-offensive against us. We took one province in Burgundy. That's it, though. And that is not enough to really do too much. French Monrovia is losing some ground. Morocco is holding out good. I mean, our allies are advancing. The Brotherhood of Steel declared war on Cuba. The Americas are in a big deal of chaos. Hopefully Canada will get defeated by one of the factions there, which will sort of save us time on invading Canada ourselves. Please go fight like the People's Liberation Army, I beg of you. And Kiva joined the Union of Kokand or something. Was that Mel Gibson? We captured a spy. I'm thinking it was Mel Gibson for some reason. Here's some new divisions. Bring these guys over to the front line in Poland so we can just defeat them as rapidly as possible. Get to Warsaw, please. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Just race to Warsaw. Cut these guys off here in what is Lithuania. Surround them. And Siedlentag, something happened there. And they're pushing so hard, it's annoying. Advance here, though. Some communards established. Some socialist anti-colonial committee. Is that right? I think so. Cut these units off here. Take back Bristol. Capture some territory back we lost. Research slots available. Go figure. Let's research now. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Research. Excavation 1. Denmark wants to join a war non-aggression pact with the Sacramento chapter Brotherhood of Steel. Fine with me. Let's go to mobile warfare. We have tons of tank divisions. We might as well go with it and do mobile warfare. Keep pushing here. The French are now pushing us. They're not going to get too far, though, I think, because we're now being more defensive. Finish off Poland, please. They really had to do this to themselves. They just wanted to attack us so hard. Take Bristol. We recapture that city. Just cut these units off now. Get all that done. Move down to Warsaw, please. Well, we're so close to capturing it. And I think they took control of Galicia, Lodomeria. They did do that. And we're outside Moscow. Petrograd is still not captured yet, which is frustrating, but what can you do? And we're just in so many wars right now. But to be fair, at least the Entente is being pressured pretty hard by the Sacramento chapter, as well as New Monrovia. As for the NCR, we'll be able to deal with them. And on the bright side, they are fighting on two fronts, one in the west and one in the east. I wonder how much longer the Rancher Commonwealth will hold out against us. We have like one encirclement up here. That's going to be like, say, let me count here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions gone. Then this may become an encirclement down here. I don't know if it will or not. And if this one becomes one, that's going to be 4 divisions out of the picture. And we're so close to Warsaw. Well, relatively speaking, we just got to get through a few more of their troops to get to that city. And the Commune of France is still launching failed offensives against us. Let's keep it that way. I'm thinking we'll continue with the Rancher Commonwealth. Once they go down, I don't know what I'll do. I may send this army over to Western Europe, then invade the Commune of France more, and then send all those troops over to Russia, who has been kind of troublesome to fight. And when all that is said and done, we'll do naval invasions for Britain, may invade Rome, I don't know, because Kaiser controlling Rome would be something. And then we could get military access from the Sacramento chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel, which would give us a land route into Canada. And we cut off those troops, get to Krakow, please, the city down in Poland. Well, the Rancher Commonwealth air doctrine available. Research that. I haven't even deployed the Navy this entire time. That is just something I've chosen to do. And how is Ukraine doing? They lost Crimea, and they've lost some territory to Poland, who advanced into their country somewhat. I think they lost some territory, or did they take it? Not entirely sure there. I may need to redo this frontline order in a few minutes, just to make this more, how to say, more active overall. And there's a peace treaty there. There's a New Monrovia is out now at peace with someone. New Monrovia is stuck at this bottleneck in southern Algeria. East Turkestan's now fighting the Xinjiang clique. That is happening. Modified government. Let's go from civilian economy to partial mobilization. Good. And modify officer corps. We are having some naval defeats. I mean, yeah, we haven't really deployed our navy, so that's not surprising. And let me merge these fleets together. All that is done now. Keep pushing into Poland. I gotta redo these front lines in a little bit. Defeat these soldiers here. Those poor rancher troops are cut off so bad. They're just gonna be destroyed. The I guess the Brahmin barons aren't really doing too hot right now anymore after that initial success they had. Russia is just a beast. Well, the NCR is a beast in general in terms of how much manpower. They're still holding on. We heavily outnumber them. They just won't fall. But on the bright side, they are like Great Khanate is losing some ground to the Fangtian government. They declared war on everyone. Like, they are fighting Japan, a lot of China, and they're in the Entente, so obviously they got their allies into a war with Japan they may not have wanted. And can we get these divisions here destroyed? Hurry up, please. I need to make more tanks as soon as we capture more factories. And the Kingdom of Canada has called the French national state into a war. That's kind of irrelevant since they're already fighting us. Destroy these divisions, please. We have so many more units to wipe out. And just get them out of the way here. Non-aggression pact from Puerto Rico. I think, no, Costa Rica. No, it was Puerto Rico, I think. Just ignore it. Keep pushing. Did we take Moscow? We're outside Moscow. We have not captured it, though. I don't know. I don't know what I do with these units in Poland. I want to concentrate on Russia. But at the same time, I don't know. It'd be better if we just defeated Russia, because that would allow us to get this synthesis focus done. And now let's make a new front line for this huge 7th Army and continue on with a very aggressive push into Poland, well, the Rancher Commonwealth, who is losing a lot of ground in the western part of their nation. Like, we're right outside Warsaw at this point. Just be aggressive here, win the day. I hope I'm not having too many divisions get annihilated. And keep focusing there. Nicaragua declared war on Honduras. That is happening. Push here, please. Get to Warsaw, I beg of you. Capture every single important city they control. What are these guys doing over here in the east? They're not really moving. Advance forward, I demand it. Move forward. Oh, Ukraine's not been called into the war. That's embarrassing. Whoops. Call to arms? You want to join the war? Yes? Okay, welcome, Ukraine. Welcome. There we go. So that explains why the eastern part of the 7th Army was quite inactive. Get to work, please. Advance forward. Just go through this line here, and they're going to be very weakened at this point in time. Just go through this territory. Take this place here, and continue moving into Poland. Get Krakow and Warsaw. Warsaw will fall soon. Guns from Middle Africa. Thank you, Middle Africa. Research, I don't know, tank upgrades or not. I need to research plane upgrades. Get heavy fighters, even though we don't manufacture them at all. Modify officer corps. We have Costa Rica request a German garrison, send the detachment. And what is this? Motorization drive. What does that mean for us? I need Army Offense Commander. Yes, Army Focus Offense. And we cut off the Polish military once again. That is bad for them. The Rancher Commonwealth military, I mean, they're not exactly Poland, even though their flag is, I don't know, it's like, whatever. Just defeat them. Just defeat this Rancher Commonwealth state. And the fall of Warsaw comes not too long after the fall of Moscow. So we're making more progress in Russia now. Can we take Petrograd? We like cut the city off. We have this massive siege between the NCR and the Kaiser's Reich fighting here. And there's so many infantry involved in the fighting. There's one unit from the Khanate of Mongolia here. Well, the Khanate, I believe, the Great Khanate has troops there. Not too many, though. Win this battle, please. Get this war over with. I may actually just split the 7th Army in half, send some to France, and then send some to Russia. Hopefully that wouldn't dilute their force size too much, and the fall of Petrograd has occurred. That should really damage the war score. Well, the amount of victory points the Russians control. Yes, it does. They now need to control. They have 50%. They control 57% of their victory points. They need 20% or less, and they're not doing too good anymore. I mean, I think, did Finland just seize some territory, or no? I don't think they did. Maybe I'm just looking at the border wrong. And doctrines available. Air doctrine, unlock that. Keep focusing on pushing, and we're almost at 100 Army EXP. I gotta do more of the mobile doctrine focuses when I get the chance, since we're doing, I mean, more of the mobile doctrine stuff, since that's what we're concentrating on. All these legions we have, per se, are just tanks. Tons and tons of tanks. And let me make more tanks. We need, like, several thousand a day. I mean, hundreds per day. Tens per day. New Monrovia declared war on the Abyssinian Empire. That's a little bit premature, don't you think, New Monrovia? You don't even border them. What are you doing? Whatever. I shouldn't question Mr. Tubman. And keep advancing here. Get now to Przemysl. Syndicalism spreads to Burma. Reach Przemysl here, and what was part of Galicia, Lodomeria, an Austrian puppet at one point. But take this territory, please. We just got to defeat Poland, then annex everything. The French national state's now going to fight the Commune of France. So the Entente and the Third Internationale should be distracted there. Will Poland surrender at any point in time? Please do it. Capture more of this territory. They've lost a southern part of their country. Let me check the war score. I mean, the war. How many of their... Okay, they should go down soon. Oh, no, they need 0% or less. That is unfortunate for us, but we should be able to handle that. Take all these provinces, destroy these surrounded troops. They're going to go down soon. How is Russia faring? And Denmark offers an economic deal. Sure, we'll take it. Get that done. Just defeat these troops, please. At least we have tons of manpower still. That we haven't ran out of manpower at all, so that's good. Just keep it that way. And do I focus on the Commune of France or no? I gotta think about this. If I give them too much time to build up, they could be hard to dislodge later. So it could be done. Let's just go ahead and establish a front line now and get preparations made. We can deal with Western Europe, then we can go back to Eastern Europe and finish off Russia, who's already lost Petrograd and Moscow. They're not exactly going to be going on a counteroffensive once we're done with the rancher Commonwealth, who is making a last stand, and that is pretty brutal. I applaud them for their persistence, but it's going to be in vain here. Destroy these divisions and rat them, cut off these units, and the rancher Commonwealth is going to disappear, and we're going to take all of their territory. Kaiser's Reich is just looking so massive. Norway joined the Third International. Here's some Lend-Lease from Flanders, Wallonia. I need rifles. I do need rifles. Research not being done. Let's research, say, I guess, improved machine tools. Get that done. Doctrines available. Let's unlock delay. Get that done. And let's also ace pilot promoted. Let's go to modify officer corps. Can we get military high command at all? Army high command. That is done. The rancher Commonwealth is beaten, and we'll annex everything. So we'll get White Ruthenia and Poland effectively pass here. Take all states. Get it done. Or I can't even do that now. Whoops. Just capture everything. Capture it all. I gotta click on everything manually. I can't take all states for some strange reason. Just capture everything, though, nonetheless. So this may take a couple minutes. Just get it done. Limburg, Stanislaw, Vilna, Breslau, Dobrizk, Pinsk, Minsk. I'm sure I'm butchering these pronunciations. Magolav, Mogiev, Policia, Podolia, Vinnytsia, Rivne, Kiristin, Bretslav. Is that it? And turn. We're done, yeah. And now that is over. So let's turn our full attention with this army. Merge Army 7 with Army 5. No, Army, what is this? Army 6. It's not like it matters too much since they don't really have commanders to share traits with or anything. And speaking of commanders, let me give some traits to Army Group 1's commander, Lanius. And we're going to give him Panzer Expert, or no. Why is that defense? Okay, whatever. Just get him Panzer Expert. That's a general trait. Whoops. Give him Aggressive Assaulter and Offensive Doctrine. And let's give these commanders here their own traits. This guy will get Infantry Expert, Lucius will, and Carlio Lepidus will get Fortress Buster. I'm not even going to really use that, unfortunately. That was a mistake. Give Theodosius Sicinius here Infantry Expert. I'm thinking this guy's name is a reference to something. I could be wrong, though. But let's keep pushing, though. Modified government. Can we do anything here? Go from military staff, chief of the army. I need a chief of the army who focuses more on tanks. Or no, mass combat. Whatever, we'll just keep the same chief of the army. Industrial concern, go to infantry. Weapons manufacturer, go to Hainault. We'll have them. Good. And we'll focus on France now, who is now going to face like 146 divisions invading their country. They're not going to have a fun time at all there. And once we get done with this invasion, we could send some troops off to go invade the British, possibly. Once we take Paris, we'll think about it. And let me move some units here now. Yeah, once we take Paris, we'll split off some units. Just break them off from the main invasion force of France and send them up against the, say, the Union of Britain. So let's invade now. Start the invasion. Call in Flanders, Wallonia. They want to join the war. Let them in. And now we begin attacking the French on every part of the front line. They're facing 146 divisions. I kid you not, this is going to be pretty brutal for the French unless they're able to resist with tons of land forts. I don't think they have it, though. And let me go ahead and how's my Air Force doing? They're still operating as they should. How many planes do we have, I wonder? Doctrines available. Unlock Fighter Ace Initiative. Put some more planes down here, maybe. Get all that done. Deploy some fighters, or that's not even enough to really do anything. Forget it then. Just invade France. We'll be fine. We have tons of tanks, tons of support from the other Reichspakt members. Just handle them. Keep focusing on Russia as well. So now we're pushing on two fronts. Russia is still standing somehow. Just got to overwhelm them. We need all the equipment from the Commune of France when we capture their territory. Come on, take Calais. Failed army coup in Tokyo. That has happened. We took our first territory here in Picardy, our first state. We could race to Paris now. Yeah, let's do it. Cut these guys off. Race to Paris. Flank around everything. We have tons of tanks. We can get away with it. Get to Paris. Stop resisting so much. Just take Paris. Get it done. And don't worry about that there. Get to Paris, please. They have troops in the way. Come on, move. Just smash them out of the way. Take that province. Good. And move toward Paris now with tons of tanks. And get it done. Maybe cut these guys off here in Calais? Possibly? I don't know. Just reach this area, please. Move forward. Keep making more of a wider front. We can use that. Cut these guys off here. Oh no, I messed up that order. Whatever, just push here. Focus, go, 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 go. Take this province here or not. They are really holding down for now. They're losing ground rapidly though, so let's go check in on Russia. We're fighting through, at this point, the Perovsk. We're fighting through some other places as well. Saransk, whatever the Yaroslav is, or that area, we're fighting through there. Tigvin, we're fighting over there also. What can we do now? Modify Officer Corps, Spirit of Division Command, go to the Reichspakt. No, go to Maneuver Warfare. That will give us faster division speed. That's what could help us with encirclements, possibly. So keep advancing forward, cut off these units when we can. And can we get an encirclement here, please? I just want it so bad. Cut these guys off at the front line. Here's some expeditionary forces from Ukraine. Send them, say, to... Who is this? What's this about? Somebody's funeral. Somebody died. And Ukraine has called some troops in against us. Where's those expeditionary troops? Send them all over to Army 6. And just continue just pressuring the French. Cut these guys off. Take Dijon. And just cut these units off at the front line. Begin an encirclement going. That would really be brutal for the French. Argentinian trade delegation. We need their loyalty. And we'll get the full effects of a treaty offer if it's ratified in Buenos Aires. Keep advancing forward. Paris is just in reach. Parliamentarian victory in Siam. Just encircle these units, I beg of you. Okay, they're really putting a lot of armor down to stop us. It's not going to matter too much, though. This is Kaiser's Reich. Very powerful, very strong. Let's look over to Russia again. And what is their capital now? Oh, it's Yekaterinburg. We have a long march ahead of us, don't we? Yes, yes, we do. Cut these guys off, though. Attempt to take Balakavo. Cut them off here. Move in there. Get all these units trapped in this area, and we'll annihilate them. They can't run if we just keep them in those places. And keep advancing in Paris. Have we got our encirclement? No, they're still holding out. Just get through them. Use force attack. Do I need more trains? Maybe I do. Here's some Lend-Lease from the AOG. They're going to give us... I think they're going to give us Opal Blitzes. Cut these units off, please. Get this encirclement. I don't think we can do it. Never mind, I tried to. And just a general advance for us is going quite well. Do we go ahead and deploy the Navy? Not yet. Just wait a little bit longer. Keep taking more areas, though. Okay, we did get somewhat of an encirclement here, and this is like, say, 8 divisions. They're going to be annihilated, though, ultimately. So there they go. They're going to fall now. They're out of the picture. Good. And I may go ahead and split this unit off to its own army. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's 28 divisions. They're going to aim to take... Their operation is to take... I mean, their goal is to land in... what is it? Land in England or Scotland and just overwhelm the enemy there. We should have a far more powerful navy than they do, so let's go ahead and get these units set up in Wilhelmshaven. Go there. 28 divisions in all. We're going to have, say, merge these 2 fleets together and get the invasion orders set up. We'll send 3 divisions at each location we're going to go to. Newcastle, Glasgow, and Hull. We'll try to take all those areas, see what happens. The Commune of France is still struggling to contain our advance. And I think the Ukrainians are sending some expeditionary forces home or something like that. Doesn't matter too much for us. So let's get these units set up now. The legions of Kaiser here. That's 3. Send them to Glasgow. I'm going to send them there. Send 3 divisions to Hull and send, actually, no, 4 divisions to Hull. We'll do that. So 3 divisions at Glasgow, or near Glasgow, and that's 3 divisions there. That's not even the port. What am I doing? I messed that up. I gotta fix that. Newcastle, Hull. That's 4 divisions here. There we are. Get this done, please. Can I not get these guys assigned? What's the problem? Is it not right? What's the issue? Forget it. It's fine now. I gotta fix this first order, though. I put it on the wrong province. That is not a port. Those guys will get annihilated if they land somewhere and don't get a port. I prefer not to lose any divisions at all, since these... we're so behind on tank production. Oh, whoops. Oh, well, whatever. They'll be launched whenever they get launched. Don't send out any ships right now. We just need naval supremacy in the eastern North Sea, so it's fine. Keep pushing in France, get that done. And everything is looking up for Kaiser's Reich, even if the war with Russia is taking a little bit longer than expected. Well, even it is Russia. Well, it's the new Russian Republic, so the NRR is just difficult to defeat. And the Great Khanate is losing ground in their territory. And whose land is this? Whose capital? That is... wait, that's the Transbaikal Military District. I see, then. So, how's this naval invasion order looking? They're going to need a few more days to get ready. Give it some time, and they'll be off to England in no time. Unlock, hunt, and destroy. Some ships got sunk. Those are some convoys. We still have plenty of convoys no matter what. We've captured a lot, I think. Has Paris fallen yet? No, it's surrounded, though. It's very much within our grasp. And within our grasp, take this province here, and Normandy just keep surrounding Paris. They gotta fall any day now. That's so many divisions, though. Like 6 divisions. They're fine 16, so it should be no issue. And somebody has a Pacific flight or whatever. Let's get a chief of staff calls. I think the old ones we had disappeared. Get the guy for School of Mass Combat. Who did I get, actually? Whatever. Armored Division, Attack and Defense Works. Heinz Guderian. He should be fine. He's a fitting commander for the Kaiser's Reich. And here's docking rights. New Monrovia wants them. Give it to them since they're helping us with the Entente. And let's research Concentrated Industry 2. Great. And now our units are continuing their push. We've surrounded Paris. Did we stop the push here? What are you guys doing? Capture Paris. That's all you need to do. Well, that army has to do that anyway. And checking in on the push in Russia. We are making progress just slowly. And let's check the casualties. We have taken nearly 1 million. Our enemy has taken, well, the 3rd International has taken 311,000. Russia has taken nearly, no, they've taken 716,000 and climbing. Also, the Dominion of Delhi has lost some troops. So has Canada. They're still getting invaded pretty hard by the Sacramento chapter, who we are going to help as soon as our wars in Europe are over. We'll also help New Monrovia, who may be able to defeat the French national state themselves, since the Entente forces down there seem to be quite busy fighting Morocco, our ally, who is being backed up by some units from, say, the Twin Mothers and Ukraine, I think, and some units from Nigeria. A warlord just got defeated in China, and also the 3rd International is pushing from Tunisia, so that's very bad for the French national state, isn't it? And are these units here ready? Are we ready to launch into England? Yes, we are. We just got to get the Navy deployed. So we're going to send out this fleet here. We got to get a new commander. Autostorm here. He's going to go and attack the northeastern north. No, we need units in the eastern North Sea. Or do we need them in both regions? Let me check. They just need to be in the eastern North Sea. Oh, they need to be in both. What am I doing? Split these units in half. They should be fine. And just have them be their own fleet. Split them in half, come on. Split them in half, yes. Get all that done now. They're going to set out and try to do their missions. Don't get destroyed or annihilated, please. That is underway. They should have a fun time fighting against the British Navy. And they'll launch that naval invasion soon, I hope. Some convoys just got sunk. Oh well. Can you launch these orders yet? We need more naval supremacy. The fall of Paris has occurred. France is losing more ground. They have some units surrounded south of Orleans. They're going to be annihilated, so do that now. Washington, D.C. has fallen. The Republic of Dave is not doing so well against the People's Liberation Army, it appears. They're also being pressured pretty hard. Well, no, they aren't even fighting. Okay, never mind. They're just, how to say this? Dave is not having a fun time. I'm sorry, Dave. I believed in you. I guess I was wrong. But I'm going to end what is going to be part 1, I suppose, of a Kaiser's Reich and the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux here. You can check out Kaiserredux in the video description. The link to the mod is there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe.